It should be no secret by now that for the past 5 years, our region's economy has been among the best performing in the country. And it's especially true when it comes to real estate, both commercial and residential. Well, Commercial Real Estate Trade Association, NAIOP, recently recognized the best of the best during its annual dinner. Dan Puntil is president of NAIOP Pittsburgh and senior vice president of Grand Bridge Real Estate Capital. Bill Hunt was the 2012 chair of NAIOP Corporate. He's president and CEO of the Elmhurst Group. And welcome. Good to see you.
It's good.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, I guess you guys are on the front lines dealing with real estate and commercial on a daily basis. How are we doing these days relative to what's going on in our region, elsewhere around the country?
I think we stack up very high in the country, Bill. Pittsburgh's performed very, very well throughout the downturn in the economy. I'd say we're very resilient. I'd say the real estate market is robust. In fact, across most of the sectors, we're in the top performing markets in the country.
I just heard a statistic the other day about, what was it, Central Business District, Class A space, and it's what, the highest occupancy rate in the United States right now?
Exactly, recently announced, I believe, last week. So yeah, in addition to that, the suburban office is also very high. Retail has a very high occupancy rate. Industrial and multifamily, also very high, all amongst the best in the country.
Pretty amazing. And Bill, you had a chance to travel around a lot over the last year as chair of NAIOP. I mean, do you kind of get this feel when you get to survey the whole national landscape that there's something special going on?
It was interesting. Timing is everything, and it just the year that I became national chair, and I ended up going to 20 different cities over time in 16 different chapters. And it was fascinating because I would talk about national trends and all about the macro scale, and literally every city, including New York City, all the way down to Florida, the first question people would ask was, we know you're from Pittsburgh, what can we learn from your real estate market and the success that Pittsburgh's had, because we literally are top of the charts, and we've all known that over time we haven't been there, so it's been an interesting, so it was a perfect time for us to go around and extol the virtues of Pittsburgh.
Very cool. Well, what do you tell them? What can they learn? Don't get caught in a real estate bubble first, I suppose.
Well, that's a big part of it, and certainly we have promoted downtown. I think it's one of the themes. Our downtown is still very strong. We just talked about with the occupancy, but more than that too, the vibrancy, the market square, the activity that's down there is and the fact that we've really leveraged our universities. I mean, we have so many universities and so many great universities. A lot of those students stay, and the aspect of the professors that are here and everything else, that the companies that are involved. Now, the cultural aspects of Pittsburgh, I think we're one of the, we're blessed to have all this, the theaters and the performing arts, the fine arts, all of that, I think, is another aspect. And then I think the other one I said, a lot of different cities, is to embrace our size. That Pittsburgh is just the right size, and the many companies, Google, Rand Corporation, which is a tenant that we built a building for in Oakland, they're here because the employees that they're recruiting wanted to be in a mid-size progressive market like Pittsburgh.
That's all great proof points. And so at the annual dinner, you recognize some of the best projects of the past year. So who were the winners this year?
The winners were, we had three awards for building awards. Speculative Office Award was presented to Embassy Parks at 6,000 Tower Center in South Point, developed by Horizon Properties. The Build-to-Suit Industrial was Gardner Nash Denver Global Headquarters, developed by LeCarte Development. That's an Alta Vista Industrial Park in Bell Vernon. And the renovation of the year industrial was Leetsdale Industrial Park Building 33. That's Chapman Properties in Leetsdale, Pennsylvania.
Wow, before you go on, a really interesting mix of developments there. You've got Leetsdale, which was a reuse of an old site, been around for a long, long time. Of course, South Point, talk about a visionary development in Washington County.
Right. Doing very well, becoming truly the epicenter of the energy sector, specifically Marcellus Shale.
Sure, there seems to be a whole energy corridor developing between, say, Cranberry and Washington these days along I-79. Do you see that in terms of commercial real estate development?
Yeah, and I think the sense ultimately, if there's not enough land in Washington County, it's going to move towards Butler County, and then ultimately, because of, you also have the Utica Shale, which is in eastern Ohio, so there's going to be more and more ties to Interstate 80, and that ties right into 79.
Well, and that's also then good for the airport corridor over time, right? Heading out to Beaver County and Lawrence County in that area.
Exactly.
So you've got, what, some other awards as well that are more sort of individually targeted?
Right, we did have some individual awards, Bill. The Developer of the Year was Dick Donnelly of Chaska Properties. Dick has been very successful at Cranberry Business Park, and then most recently entered into a joint venture with Continental Building to develop Pittsburgh International Business Park. And we also have unique awards posthumously presented to supporter of development Sally Haas from the Pittsburgh Airport Area Chamber of Commerce.
Oh,
and her
untimely death. Sally was such a force
very sad.
for development and for business in the airport corridor. Yeah.
Agreed. Also, we have giving a Lifetime Achievement Award to Mark Schneider from Fourth River Development, who in addition to being a force and impact in the development community was very, very involved in many philanthropic endeavors. And then finally, we're giving our Hall of Fame Award, which
That's
is
like to the grand old man, right? The guy on his way out, end of his career, could be a woman, right? But yeah, they're basically done, and you kind of pat them on the back. And
exactly.
door,
Say thanks a lot for all your efforts.
So who was it this year that
this
was
year,
the Hall of Fame?
It's none other than our own Bill Hunt.
What can I say?
Remarkably well preserved.
I look pretty good for 82, don't I?
You really do. Congratulations.
And truly for his outstanding support of NAIOP, you know, particularly in Pittsburgh, but also his, you know, involvement on a national level was very complimentary and very unique for a chapter like Pittsburgh. So we're thrilled to have Bill involved in all of his efforts.
Well, congratulations, Bill, to all of you. What a great year. Hopefully there's more to come.
Thank you.
Dan Puntil and Bill Hunt from NAIOP. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what good are fully occupied buildings if their employees can't get there? That's part of what's at stake in the ongoing transportation and transit debate in Harrisburg. We'll have a community-based perspective when we return. Stay with us.